Hi everyone, this is Jeanette with Mountain Misters, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I am here to show you how I made these candle boxes that I put the Candle Cafe candles that everybody's been buying at the Dollar Tree. I am making a bunch of these for an arts and crafts fair that I will stick a little packet of instant coffee and some sugar and a little packet of creamer in here, and I'll package them up in some cellophane and I'll give Sal these. And then I'm also going to give them to I'm having an event in October and I'm going to be making these for my guests and giving them out. So let's get started on what you're going to need. I'm doing one that's going to be that I haven't done yet, and this is going to be using the Tranquil Tulips stamp set. And this is a hostess stamp set that you can only get by either having a workshop or placing a qualifying order of $150. Then you can get this with your Stampin' rewards. So the first thing that we are going to do is to start our card base, and this is a 6 3/4 by 6 3/4 sheet of paper, and we're going to score this at 2 inches all the way around. Okay. Then you need a piece for the handle. And this is sweet sugar plum cardstock, I forgot to tell you. And then your handle is 2 3/4 by 8 1/4, and we're going to score this at 3 3/4. Okay. I'll just go ahead and fold down. Okay, and that is all the scoring that we need. So let me put my scoreboard away. The next thing that we're going to do is take the sheet of paper, the cardstock that we cut at 6 3/4 and 6 3/4, and we're going to cut it to form the box. So what we will do is cut it at the score lines up to that 2-inch score line, and we're going to do that on all 4 sides. I'm going to turn and do that again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little wedge out of here on all 4 sides, plus a little bit off the top here. Get my wedge here. And then I'll cut a little bit here. My wedge. And then we'll cut again. Okay. There we go. I'm going to just get rid of all of this right here. Then I'm going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to put tear and tape on all of these areas that we just cut. I'm going to do it on 2 sides. Two more to go. Okay. If you miss any of the measurements, I will have them over at my blog, and it's mountainmisters.wordpress.com, and I will have these directions on how I did this posted on the blog if you want to pop over there. And if you're interested in any of the supplies that I've used on this project today, there will be a link to my online store so you can purchase these if you so desire. Okay, we just need a couple more sides. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of fold these in and I'll burnish them. And then we'll do this one. It's probably better to do it before you put the tearing tape on, but I just didn't think of that today. And then we'll bring this up and we'll fold this in. And the same thing over here. Fold line it along that edge and fold it. And we have two more sides to do. Anyway, this get-together that I'm having in October 13th through the 15th, it'll be a weekend, and I'm so excited because this is the second time we're going to do this, and we have more guests coming this time, so I'm really excited. It's at the beautiful NRA Whittington Center, and we are going to be staying in the competitor housing, which was so much fun. And I made arrangements for meals to be included, and it's just going to be a fun weekend. I can hardly wait. And we're picking up a lot of new stampers, so I'm even more excited about that. Okay, so I added sticky tape, the tearing tape, to the card base, the handle also. And I'm going to go ahead and seal that right away. Okay. Make sure it lines up and get all this extra off right here. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is add my panels to the side. And you will need 4 pieces. I'm doing this one a little bit different. I am going to, these are cut at 1 7/8 by 2 1/2, 1 7/8 by 2 1/2, and this is going to be my white background. And then I'm going to add a piece of this designer series paper, and this is in the annual catalog. I don't remember the name of it right now, but I will post the name of it on the video, and I am going to layer those on there like that. So like I said, the white is 1 7/8 by 2 1/2, and then my designer's paper is 1/8 of an inch shorter on all sides, so I can go ahead and layer that on there because I wanted to break it up from the sheer. I didn't want to put this directly onto there. I like the look of that better, so I'm going to go ahead and attach these two together, and just like this, if you can get it straight. I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that can't even draw a straight line with a ruler. I am a total wreck when it comes to stuff like that. And I know it's all in my head. I just have a fear that when I sit down and I go to do this, I know it's going to be wrong. So I have done 4 of those already to save a little bit of time. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add these to the front. I'll get my glue goober off. Just like that. Okay. 2. And then we have one more after this one. And then the last one. My tape runner and I have a love-hate relationship. It hates me. I love it, but it hates me. So I always struggle with trying to get the tape out of that. So that's what your box is going to look like. And then this piece that we cut, the handle is going to set right in there. But before we add that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing. And this piece of white is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8, and I'm going to adhere it to the front. Like I said, my tape runner hates me. I don't know why. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and we'll add this to here. Just like that. And then the designer series paper is 3.5 by 2.5 by 3.5. And we'll add that onto there. Okay. And then I just mark on the back of the box where this needs to go with, I'll just make a little scratch mark. And then I know how far to add my adhesive. And I'll add that. Now you can use the tearing tape here, or you can use liquid glue, but the snail holds just fine for me, so that's what I'm going to use. And then if you don't like this naked like this, you can go ahead and add a little bit of paper to this right here, but I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I don't know. I might. It just all depends on how I feel after we get done here. And then as you see, the candle just sets in there perfectly. So now let's make a tag. Get underneath here. This is the tag, and it is 1 3/4 by 4, and the white piece is 1 5/8 by 3 7/8, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere these together. But before I do that, I'm going to take my tab punch that is new this year in the annual catalog, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch a tab. And then we'll fold that in half. And I'm going to add a little bit of snail to each end of the tab. And I'm going to attach that, centering it as best as you can. And we're going to put that right there, close enough, and then attach it down. Okay. And then we'll attach the white to that. I'll put that down. Okay. Now, I had a little bit of paper left over, not enough to go ahead and cover this in. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut some little strips, maybe a 1/4 inch wide, and just add a little bit of a border to that so it's not so white. And then when I add my sentiment, I will just fill it in with the stamp. So we'll go ahead and we'll cut a 1/4 inch of this. My paper trimmer is full of glitter. I did a paper share last week and I need to clean this track out. So we'll cut this at maybe 1/4 of an inch. We'll try that and see what it looks like. And I don't think I was straight. Nope. But I'll just kind of trim it. I'll trim it. Like I said, I have a hard time with straight lines. I don't know why, but I do. And I don't like the look of that one. So let me just, let me even this out here just a second for a little bit. And then I slipped again. All right, let's just line it up right here. 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm just going to add that to the tag. I think I'll just add it somewhere like that. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll add some adhesive to it. And I'm going to use my grid paper to line this up. And then I'm just going to put it right like this. And then I'll trim that. And I'm going to do the other piece just like that too. I'm going to add that and this. And I will bring this one down to about right there. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim that off. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take a 3/4 punch and I'm going to punch a little circle of that designer series paper to stick on that tab. And we'll attach that. And then just try and center that on the tab as best you can. And then that is going to layer into here. Just like that. Okay. So then I have a piece of Whisper White, and this is the 3rd largest stitch circle. And to that we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp our tulip. And I think I'm going to use the big one. This really is one of my most favorite stamp sets of them all. It's just simply gorgeous. The images are so pretty. And I've used this a lot for a lot of different things. I just love it. Okay, I'm going to put my Stampin' Pierce mat down here. And the first ink that we're going to use is the Sweet Sugar Plum. And we'll go ahead and we'll ink up this part that's got just the background. It's the larger of the pieces. And I'm going to just see. No, I don't think I'm going to stamp it off. And then we're just going to put that right there. Just like that. And it's made to look like it's a watercolor look to it. And then we'll go ahead and I'll take this off, set it right there. And I'm going to bring in the more detailed one. And I'm going to stamp that one with I have a feeling one of these ink pads is going to go flying yet on me today. Okay, and then we're going to just line that up, and hopefully this comes out, that it's dark enough. And it is. Isn't that pretty? Oh my God, that is so pretty. I absolutely love it. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this is one of the easier two-step stamp sets that I think that there are. And I just love the way this turns out every time. So pretty, so, so pretty. And then I'm going to get, set these off on here so I don't lose them. And then I'm going to take this leaf and I'm going to ink it up in Lemon Lime Twist. And I'm just going to come along just like that. And then I'll add probably the other end of that. And I'll bring it up this way. Just like that. And then there's another one that's a stem. That's this one right here that we're going to use. And let me get that one out. And I'm going to use the Lemon Lime Twist on that one also. Put these back. They fell out and I don't like to not have them where I can find them because then I panic. Actually, that's not the right one. It's this one. And this has been a much loved set, as you can see. So we're going to ink that up. And then I'm just going to come right up to the... Let me see if I can just zoom in a little bit. Let me get this where you can see a little better. And then I'm just going to line this up right on the base here of the flower and stamp. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, to make little dots in the center of the flower, I'm going to use these little dots right here. But let me get a smaller block so I don't end up with a bunch of ink all over everything. I'm going to use my little, I think it's the A block. Yeah, it's the A block. And I'm going to go ahead and put those on there just like that. And I'm going to ink it up with some archival black ink. And I'm just going to come and stamp those right there, just like that. And that's our flower. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach this to a scallop circle. And I use my scrap paper for a lot of this. So I'm just going to come back and add this like this. And I got a little bit of ink there on that. So we're going to fix that by inking it up with some of the Berry Burst. I'm glad the mistake happened because then you can see easy ways to fix it. I am notorious. As soon as I get something done, I'll end up messing it up. There's some little spots right there, but we're going to fix that because we're going to add some bling to this. So we'll just ink around the edges here. And like this. I hope that you find this video helpful, and after you watch that you'll give it the thumbs up. So just go below, hit the thumbs up and the share button. And then if you'll hit to subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that also. And then I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen. And I'm just going to put a fine bead of glue all the way around this. I'll give you my tips and tricks on this fine tip glue pen because I know people always have a hard time with this, and I did too. This was the original bottle that I bought, And then I had to turn around and I had to get a new one because it clogged up like it does to many other people. And it's kind of clogging right now, so let me fix that. And then I'll explain to you what I did. That does help a lot. It works for me. It may not work for you, but it does work for me. Okay. Let me close this and glue this on, and then I'll share my tips with you. So then I'm just going to lay this on here so you get a little bit of the scallop, and you're not even going to see that big old hole in the back of it here in a minute. This is a good way to use all of your scraps, and that's mostly a lot of what I've been using on these are scraps, except for the box space. And then there's that. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to add some bling to here to cover up those little spots. I'm going to graduate them in size, so I'll do a small, and then a medium, or that's large, and then a really small one that I'm going to cut from that strip. These are the older rhinestones. I had bought a lot of these, and I'm going to use them up before I buy any of the new ones. And my understanding is the new ones, they're just I don't think the strand is there anymore. I can't be certain because I haven't seen them, but that's the way I understand it. And then I just dumped something in my trash can that probably isn't supposed to be there. Okay, and there's that. Now we'll go ahead and we'll put this all together. Yep. Sorry, I had to do that right away because it was my stamp sets that fell in there, and I would forget probably, and I'm going to have to go look and see because some of the pieces fell off. Okay, anyway, so then we would go ahead and I'm going to attach this to the front with dimensionals. And my dimensionals are right here. I usually put a few dimensionals, like 4, and then I'll go ahead and I'll take this off. That one might be a little bit high. We might have to move that one. Okay. And then I'm going to take the candle out so I can get this situated. And I'm just going to put that on the front, just like that. And that's what that looks like. Then I'm going to bring my tag back out and we'll stamp onto that. And then we'll choose a sentiment. I'm going to pause for a second while I go find one. Okay, I'm back, and I decided to use the saying, somehow God knew I need a friend just like you, out of the Rose Wonder stamp set. So I went ahead and stamped that on a scrap piece of Whisper White with Berry Burst as the frame, and the Sweet Sugar Plum for the saying. And on the stamp set I used this little piece right here, and then I just went ahead and I fussy cut it. I was too lazy to get out my framelit, so I just fussy cut it. And then as you can see, this is different because I didn't like the strips that we put on there before. And then I also had a boo-boo that I ended up having to cover up because as I was cleaning my stamps, I made a mess. So I changed that up. And there's that. And then we'll just slide that right into here. Now you can go ahead and you can stamp something right there, or you can leave it blank. I have done both. And here is the candle for today. I hope you like this video, and I hope you subscribe. I do want to post an announcement on this video. I am going to be giving away a stamp set, and it is going to be this one here, Christmas in the Making. I had mentioned on another video that once I hit the 1,000 subscribers, I would go ahead and do a giveaway, and this is a stamp set I decided to use. And this is just a card that I did with that, and as soon as I can get it edited, I will post it to YouTube. Make sure you watch. You'll want to subscribe so you can see when I get this uploaded, and I hope you will enter in my drawing. Just to let you know that this drawing will be open to U.S. residents only. So thanks a bunch for stopping in. Oh, I was going to show you my tips on this glue pen. I'm sorry. The bottle comes like this. Let me get one out here. This is a brand new one. I haven't even opened it yet. But it comes like this. Oh, this is another reason why I don't like this one. Okay, this one is clogged because this is my old tip, so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, it comes with this cap and this little wire in there. And you stick that in there, and it's supposed to keep it from clogging off, right? Wrong. It doesn't. So what I have done, actually it comes like this because it has this black part, and if you unscrew that black part, then you see this. So because I was a nurse, I went ahead and I changed this out since I had access to the Angicast, and then I just keep everything put together. If I can get this back in here, I'm going to come off to the side because it is so small. I really like this glue pen. I just wish Stampin' Up! Would do it a little bit differently. So anyway, what I do is I uncap it from here. And then you can go ahead and use it and then put it back in, and you don't ever have to worry about trying to get that wire back in there and bending it and just totally destroying your pen. That's my tip. Anyway, thanks for stopping in. I hope you have a great day. And I hope you will visit me on my blog, mountainmisters.wordpress.com. And once again, thanks. Have a good day. Bye.